All right, guys, we are back and we are hype. So, first, I would like to thank whoever commented on yesterday's video regarding Rashid Nezhmetdinov. I actually feel very uneducated and uncultured because I never looked through one of his games, and I've heard of him before, of course. Then I looked through his games, and we might be talking about one of my new favorite players of all time. So, who was Nezhmetdinov? Well, first of all, I would like you guys to comment down below any fun facts you know about him. I just delved into it. One thing I know is he has a positive record against Mikhail, and many grandmasters said in hand-to-hand combat in a chess game that makes no sense, they would take Nezhmetdinov over Tal, which is mind-boggling. And then I saw this game, and it is insane. So his parents overworked basically and died. He did not come from a rich family, and he never became a grandmaster. He died an international master. He also died a legend, so who cares? But he was never able to play out of the USSR until Stalin died. So I'm going to look over every game he's ever played, and I'm going to share some of them with you on YouTube because this is an amazing story, and I can't believe I just discovered a chess legend. So thank you for the comment. Also, I'm trying a little bit of a new orientation. Let me guys know. Let me know if you guys like this, or let me guys. I can't speak. Do you like it? Should I change back? Well, let's get into it. Nezhmetdinov is white, Tal is black. So remember, he has a positive record against Tal. He also had I'm sorry for the vent, but he had a positive record against world champions. So he's played 20 games, and in those 20 games, he has a positive record. People say his only weakness was if there was a calm game, he couldn't sit on the position. He had to play explosive chess, and that cost him. But if it was an explosive game, this was your guy. So we get a Sicilian, we get an open Sicilian, knight c3, pawn e6, kind of like a hippo defense, right? If we get a6 and b5, kind of like a hippo without a c-pawn. Everything's like the hippo, let's be real. So queen c7, pawn f4, Grand Prix. And I was hype when I found this game. You know why? Because in this position, he plays g4. And this is actually what I play in the Grand Prix. I made a video on this. I called it the freak attack. I love g4. I played Ivan Ivanisevic as a kid. He was one of Serbia's strongest present-day grandmasters, not Gligoric. But he played g4. I looked over the game. I liked it. And then I saw this game, and I was like, hey, this is amazing. So what is the point of g4? It looks wild, and it is, but it's also pretty good. It deters h5. Many times they like flank attacks. Oh, let me put the eval back on the board. I know you guys like that. Let me edit that over here. You still with me, or have you guys left? We'll go boom like that. Okay. So h5, what does it do? Well, it attacks g4, right? But then g5, the knight gets kicked out, and white has a very stable, solid, and space advantage of a position. So we get b5. What does this do? Well, it threatens b4. And then if your knight gets dislodged from e4, you lose e4. You don't want to lose e4, so go a3. Then you get bishop b7. There are two attackers on e4. There's one defender. Quick math, bishop f3, 2-on-2 now. Now we get knight c5, 3-on-2. This is such an amazing matchup. Tal versus Nezhmetdinov. Amazing. Queen e2, 3-on-3, so it cannot be won. And now we get pawn e5. So he strikes in the center. Knight f5 is played, okay? And then we get g6. Is this knight trapped? Well, the answer is no. Because you could do the in-between, the switch, f takes e5. And now if they're to take, where to take, and look at this pawn structure. Have you ever seen this? It's like Tetris. So the person who is better is the person who's castled, right? Because we are actually pretty safe. They, vice versa, are actually not pretty safe. So that's not what happened. We get knight h6, saving the knight. And now you might say, hey, what if bishop takes knight? I'm just going to castle and get out of everything. Well, not so fast. You're going to lose a piece, and white will be winning. So we get knight to e6, a great move, and now bishop to g2. You know, no big deal. Bishop g2, stopping knight to f4, whatever. Except for the fact that the point of bishop g2 was rook takes f6. Had to turn on the brilliancy. Okay, what is this all about? So bishop takes rook, knight d5. Amazing. That is a fork. And what happens if bishop takes? Well, you get pawn takes. The knight is under attack. The knight has to go somewhere. And then essentially you lose a knight. That's what happens. Or the knight goes back and you go queen f2 and apply a bunch of pressure. So what did he do? He went queen d8. So he's defending f6. So we go queen f2. We're attacking. I mean, this is amazing stuff, guys. We get knight to f4. So what happens if bishop takes? We would get pawn takes. The knight has to move somewhere. Say it moves to f4. You would just take that guy. Say it moves back. Can you guys find the move here? There's two. Bishop g5. Gangster. That is threatening a fork. You don't lose a bishop because that is checkmate. So this position is why I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm super hype. I'm extremely hype. Knight to f4, bishop takes, pawn takes, and pawn e5. So he used it as a clearance sacrifice to now target this bishop. We get bishop takes pawn, and you might say, hey, what happens if bishop takes knight? Well, we get e takes f6, and that is not a happy king. That king will get checkmated. So bishop takes pawn. The king doesn't get checkmated, but the bishop does get pinned. Pawn f6, protecting the bishop, removing the base of the protection. Queen takes f6, queen d4. I mean, Nezhmetdinov is doing to Tal what Tal does to people. Make that make sense. This is amazing. So there are two attackers on the bishop right now, and it's not so simple. Like if they just take, this is very, very bad. Their best move is to give up the queen. Try to find the move here. Pause the video. This move's amazing. Rook to f5. I'll stop saying amazing. But the queen is hitting the queen. The queen can't take the queen because that is a check. So it's a pin within a discovered attack within a winning position. Does that make sense? King to f8. Rook takes e5. Queen to d8. Trying to get a queen trade. He's like, nope. Rook to f5. That gets taken. But now that gets taken. Check. 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 And Tal resigns. Why did Tal resign? Well, his king can't go anywhere. Except d6, enter a fork, enter a mate in 7. Try to find the mate in 7. But even with the material advantage alone, this is enough to win. So, comment down below what you guys think. There is going to be a lot of Nezhmetdinov on this channel. Do you like the new layout? Am I speaking too fast? I don't know. Let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. And as always, thank you guys for watching.